In a dusty, cluttered room within the archives of an ancient library, Helen, a retired historian with a passion for alchemy, found herself lost in time as she perused a weathered manuscript. The old yellow books, as they were reverently called, spoke of arcane recipes and bizarre potions, promising youth eternal through wild concoctions, from the blood of bats to the heart of lions. Helen chuckled, her pragmatic mind dismissing them as quaint relics of a desperate and superstitious past. Yet, they sparked a curious inquiry within her, one that seemed to tug at a deeper truth about the human condition. As evening shadows crept into the library, Helen pondered mankind's age-old dream of defying the relentless march of time. Modern science, she mused, had made leaps in understanding aging, albeit through experimentation and discovery rather than mystic rites. Yet, still, the elixir of life remained elusive. Instead, researchers found that behaviors such as overeating, excessive indulgence in pleasures of the flesh, and the intake of toxins like alcohol were accelerants of aging. Water, once considered a symbol of purification, was found in polluted forms to carry the poisons of lead and iron, silently betraying the promises of longevity. Helen's thoughts turned to the rustling leaves of the countryside she had once roamed, where villagers aged gracefully under the benign neglect of nature, far from the poison of urban stressors. Then, her mind trickled back to the bustling city. A city alive with motion, yet haunted by invisible chains that shackled its inhabitants, aged them prematurely. Stress, anxiety, the unending strain of achievement, all seemed to conspire in cutting life short. Yet, in places like Anatolia and the rural stretches of Georgia, life bore a rhythm that defied such intangible adversaries. There, it seemed that simplicity held a key marvel, a contrast to the hurried pace elsewhere. Helen shifted, her thoughts now drifting towards the makeup of our biological vessels. Human cells, so imperative to our functions, like snipers, took aim at their own cadences, each working to its own biological clock, marching to the inevitable beat of decline. The brain, sturdy yet vulnerable, suffered a quiet decay with age. Once energetic and swift, its once synchronous firing turned into dissonant echoes as neurons faltered under the weight of years. Two constants marked the mind's decline: memory and lucidity, slipping silently away, like grains of sand through fingers. These reflections brought to Helen's heart a mixture of wonder and melancholy. The elixir could never exist because life itself was a tapestry of changes, of natural cycles. Were it not so, what stories would be told? What lessons would be learned? Her notes from the evening would stretch into conversations with those in her circle. Fellow retirees, scientists, and laypeople alike who delved into the mystery of aging armed with knowledge, yet aware of its philosophical contours. In the end, Helen felt, such discussions provided not answers, but a reaffirmation of life's ebbs and flows. Science boiled down the function of cells, and psychology unraveled the layers of human stress. The warding off of old age required no elixir but balance, an acknowledgement of the passage of time, a question if modernity's seduction was a mind preoccupied at the expense of peace. With a congregation of insights gathered, Helen found solace in cultivating a small plot in her garden, tying her sense of meaning to the immutable absurdity of planting what she never needed but always wanted to have. Green, growing things reaching ever towards the sky. Thus she played her part in the great story of humanity, endlessly seeking to conquer its own nature through the balm of life well lived. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel and give us a like to encourage us to continue our videos.